Bonjour, es blondie, aujourd'hui, il pleut. Il pleut. Parlons en français, je ne peux pas parler français, parlons en français. Où allons-nous? Return à la maison, because we're gonna go back home. Il est 7, il est 8. Yeah, it's a bit, I mean, not saying late, but I'm trying to get some work done and it is tough. It is tough. We're gonna go back. I need to do my quick walk. So as promised, I need to walk at least for a little bit. Okay, at least I'll get some fresh air. Let my body. Surprisingly, it's not that cold today though. It's about 7 degrees. Yeah. Yeah. These are the temperatures. Either that or I'm used to it already, which is good. Which is good. Actually, I want to get used to like 0 degrees as best as I can. Then that would be awesome. Okay, il pleut. Then cette nuit, Norwegia. Cette nuit, il pleut. It's no. Il pleut aujourd'hui. You know what? Anyway, yeah, it's been a while. We've been not learning French, which is bad. But at the same time, my mind is filled with so many random stuff that I couldn't keep my thinking straight. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, so today we, what can, sounded like it's gonna go heavier. Alright, let's go back. Okay, and we are back at home. So I've checked the temperature, it's about 6 degrees right now, but it felt like a bit higher, like 6 or 7. Man, sorry, it's not 6 or 7, 7 or 8, because it doesn't feel too cold, which is good. Because this is the temperature that I want. Not say I want to get used to it. I want to get used to like 0 degrees. That'll be great. And then when I go back to Malaysia, I'll be hot. Now we want to get used to the temperature here, which is great, right? And let's begin with today's topic. Today's topic is, I would say, mindset. Okay, expanding your mindset and knowledge, and of course, seeing other people's point of view, even though you might not agree with their point of view. How do I have to put it? I think I have to restructure. For me, I want to view stuff that is not negative, like as long as it's not true negative, right? That there are things that are just pure bad. I'll put it straight, right? 100% bad, and those are things we don't care. We don't care. We don't dive into it. We are not bothered. Okay, so for example, gambling. I'm gonna still use the word gambling because gambling is like one of those taboo when it's, oh no, it's bad. Why is it bad? You're losing money. Okay, so yes, I agree that losing money is bad, but why and how are you losing money, and what are the consequences of that? You can say bad habit, home wrecker, and etc. Right? Then yes, it is. Then if that's the case, yeah. But is it 100%? Not say 100% bad. Okay, so we want to know the point of view on that part. So to me, gambling is the word. Okay, the word and the activity depending on the circumstances. Because I can say, what if it's how do I put it this way? High risk, high reward. For example, doing sports. Okay, I'll do this. Doing sports. And it is I mean, if you're gonna do extreme sports, then chances of getting injured is high, right? Not to say very low, but it's not very high that it's 100% you get injured, but chances are you will get injured. And cette nuit, il pleut, it's raining. Sometimes I'll just throw a bit of French here and there. I know it's a bit odd. Camper van, yeah, that's definitely a camper van that I want to get. Okay, stealth camper van. So sports is risky, okay, and it is, would you still do it? Then the question is, if you like it, then why? I'm not saying why not, but yeah, you do it. The chances of injury is, not to say 100%, but it's not high, it's not low. No, it's not super high, it's not super low. You need to get my point, right? Prone to injury, simple as that. Another thing is, for example, I won't say eating. Okay, eating might be a bad analogy. Yeah, actually the closest thing I can think of is sports. Okay. Second thing is buying, investing. Okay, what? Investing is one of those things where it's a high risk, high reward. Then there's of course low risk, low reward. So if you say high risk, high reward, isn't that gambling as well? Right? Something to ponder. something to point out. Of course, bad things, I mean, now we don't gonna talk negative stuff, okay? We are not gonna talk negative stuff. If I were to put it out there, bad things would be like taking drugs, right? That's a big no-no. Obviously, I don't want, but some people, see, the thing is, there are recreational drugs. Then again, you need to understand what they are for. What are you getting? Is it deteriorating your health? Which is yes for drugs. So I don't want, right? There's no benefit to me. For some people there is, right? But you know what? We'll stop at that because we're not going to talk about that. Eating oily food. I know food is a bad thing. Okay, spending money on fine dining. Okay, that's a good. That's another good one. So you're spending money for expensive food, and what do you get in return? Enjoyment. Okay, that's one thing you can argue, and that's it. Like, what's the difference between eating cheap food and expensive food? What's the difference between eating preserved food and fresh food? What's the big difference? You can say eating preserved food, like factory-made sausages has more chemicals, okay, but at the same time, if you're eating organic stuff that is using chemicals to clean up, is it better? Okay, there's a lot of arguments here and there, right? There's a lot of arguments here and there. So that's the thing. The thing that I want to do is to look at the point of view, like, why is it bad? Why? Yeah, it's more of a why than I should do it. Okay, so that's that. And now here comes that's the mindset. Okay, so now here comes the point of, not many people like rich people. I won't say not many people like, a lot of people envy rich people. I'm gonna say straight up, right? They don't like because they cannot get what they cannot get what they want or what rich people have. This is very important because rich people, to them, okay, this is the most obvious one. To you, could be a gamble, right? So, oh, you know what? I'm gonna gamble by playing a game of chance. Okay, that's the most common thing. Go to casino, blah blah blah. For us, yes, it's like, wow, I mean, that's my life savings over there. I'm betting on black and I lose everything. It means I lose my house, I lose everything, right? But for rich people, it's like they go into casino. Sure, there are rich people who gambles big and lose big, but there are people who goes in and to them, putting, let's say, $1,000 is like chump change, right? It's like every other day. So to them, that's different. It becomes different. And then if you're putting them in your shoes, like for example, 10,000 is a lot. But if I put 10 cents, 20 cents, no issue, right? Because if you lose, oh, okay, that's it, right? It's like a meal. So that's the thing, like once you know the mindset of how they operate, okay, not the activity they do, but the mindset of how they operate is very important. That's not so important, that's what my goal is for this year. Yeah. So another good example is that, for example, people say, okay, work hard, work smart, be a doctor, be an engineer, be all those things. And I know I want to be, for a brief time, I want to be in IT, okay? And they say it's not good because doctor is good, engineer is good, all those, like say, high paying job. Okay, remember this word, high paying job. And I agree, right? I agree. People are setting up children, like my parents will definitely want me to do better, but of course I'm not that great, I'm not that good, I'm a sucker of lousy academic proportion. That's offense. No, that's just made up word, okay? I just suck at studying. Simple as that. And also I did talk to my friend a little bit about it, and we kind of agree that we don't fit in, not saying we don't fit in. If you can study, you can get good jobs, then by all means, go for it. But at the same time, I see back at my path, like the day that I started to work, the day that I went jobless and then bounced back and then came all the way here. It's just different. Like right now I can easily say, would I go back to Malaysia and work? The answer is yes, for a huge sum, and that sum I know in Malaysia is very hard to get. Right? I'm gonna say straightforward, it's very hard to get. And that's it. That's how I look at it. I wouldn't say how much, but for that, yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough. And also the mentality of it, okay? Mentality of it, which is, I'm not gonna go too deep about it. It's just right? So that's the main portion for today. It's mentality. We want to learn, and plus it's 2022. We want to learn more, keep learning. Same goes with entrepreneurs. Yeah, that's a very good word. Entrepreneurs, like for them, they view money, investment very different from how I view, which is great because I get to learn. I mean, I get to talk to people who are entrepreneur, learn how they see things, learn how they do things, and then from there, I might not agree. So I'm gonna put up straight. I do not agree how they think, like easily 5-6 years ago, easily 3 years here. The only difference is when I came here, then my perspective starts to shift a little bit, which is good. Now I can see why they think so differently. I want to turn off the light, I want to save electricity. And guess what? I not say I knew, and then I remember, like, okay, why their not to say their mentality is different, like what causes them to think differently. So number one key thing that I know the similarity between all of them is they actually travel. Okay, they do travel. Not to say a lot, but they do travel to I'll say they do travel. Not to say often, but they do travel to unique and locations. Like some of them travel to US, some travel around Southeast Asia. Yeah, it's just unique. Like everywhere they go, they learn. And I realized I also learned. Like I went to Japan, I learned. I went to I went to Vietnam, different. I came to Canada, different. So for me, I didn't go a lot of places, right? India, Singapore. Yes, Singapore. Yeah, okay. It's so little compared to all these people. So they went everywhere, not just for business, but also for leisure and business as well. So to them, once you see other countries, how they work around, you tend to learn. You definitely tend to learn about it, and that's the thing. That's the key thing. Traveling is, it's traveling, right? It's not traveling. It's exposed to multitude of culture and lifestyle. That's the key thing, and then you know how they think, and it's always good, right? It's always good. So that's the main chunk of the vlog for today. I'm going to close with a little bit, and that is very, very important because once it's basically my investment strategy because of all these small little things that I've learned so far for the past 3 years. That's why I have to change my strategy for this year, which is great, okay? Because what I've learned for the past, let's see, when did I start working? 2010, right? For the past 10 years. Oh wow, it is 10 years, decade. I've worked a decade. For my, I would say easily half of my life, everything is turned upside down the moment I reach here. Yeah, easily half of my life easily changed, and in fact I actually learned a lot for the past actually since I work. Not bad, which is great. Exposed to a lot of things, but at the same time I also got exposed to how slow and how far behind I am, and this is the last bit of the vlog, right? So for rich people, okay, wealthy people, they don't build in terms of cash, they build in terms of asset equity. I think there's one more word, but maybe it's just two. Asset and equity, yeah, which is one of those things where it cannot be measured by money, right? Sure, it values, I mean, it does have a value, but it's something that you cannot measure, and it's very important because for people like me, okay, as of today, I'll be chasing until the day I die to reach that level. It's going to be that hard, right? It is very hard. It's either I strike lottery, right? Either I strike lottery or I persist and keep strategizing to that portion, and most likely it will be until the end of days, right? My end of days. Whew, that's a big one. That's a big one, and we're going to talk more about this as we progress, because I think it's important to put on the vlog to make sure my mind keeps going, and at the same time keep my mind keep going. Sure, I might be fickle-minded, bounce back and forth idea here and there, but it's always good to be say out, put on the vlog. And for those who are watching, you will probably see a little bit of my journey. No, you are definitely in with me, with my journey. At the same time, hey, if you can learn something for it, that'd be great. If not, it's just my online video journal, and I think it's fantastic, right? Fantastic. Okay, so that's that. And last but not least, okay, because one of the videos I watched today, it actually proven my point. Not say proven my point. It actually solidified one of my strategy for this year. It is which we want to reduce our tax. Right? I'm not say reduce our tax. Like we want to earn, but we do not want to earn to reach to the next tax bracket. I think I did say something about that. That's why we want to shift our money to a point where I said, okay, if we park the money here and we save money in terms of paying less bills, I think that's the form of savings as well. And apparently that video that I watched, that's partially, not say partially, that's one of these steps that a wealthy person would do. They will try to pay less bills as best as they can, and the additional part is on top of that to lower down the money bracket to as low as they can. Yeah, to as low as they can, so they don't pay too much tax, right? There will be a fine line where you can't go much. Like either you go so unless you live like a minimalist, then it's doable. Oh, good, that's another idea. Yep. And of course, there's a thing called not say hedging, like bet against yourself. And I know what bet against yourself, like you borrow, you do good loans, bad loans, thing. So that one I have been trying to learn to figure out how to do it. And people will say good loans are like house loan, bad loans are like car loans, something like that. But anyway, that's for another day, because we are now in January, month number 1. We need to beat the student loan. That's our priority number 1, student loan. And then after that we'll move on to housing. I mean my mortgage, my house mortgage in Malaysia. And then actually I want to get a land here, so lots of things is planning. The only problem is I don't have money, that's why. If not, I would have bought straight away. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have for you for today. Satu nuit noejo, il pleut, and 6 degrés la soir. À tout à l'heure. Non, à tout à l'heure. Je te revis demain.